Weight set point theory is a very helpful concept to chat with clients about, to chat with you about in recovery. And it's also a hard concept for many because it does come with acceptance, fear, letting go of control. And so, what is weight set point theory? I'm going to explain it from, of course, a recovery point of view and make sure to integrate recovery practices in for you as well. So weight set point really matters in recovery because in order to get to a place where we can feel in control with food, get rid of the food noise, and be in a physically healthy place for us, we need to be at our weight set point. So what is weight set point? Today we're going to talk about what weight set point is, why it matters, how diet culture and eating disorder thoughts distort this for us, the role of science behind body trust in getting to our weight set point, and then reframing and some practices to really give you the tools to understand and walk along your journey in recovery. So weight set point theory proposes that the body has a biologically preferred weight range that it works to maintain and it wants to be at. It strives and does all it can to stay at your weight range, which is set for you uniquely by your body. And everyone is going to have a different weight range. And a question I was asked recently on Instagram is, my treatment team, my provider, has given me this weight and I don't think it's right because I am this tall, this age, and female. And to which my reply was that every female who is 18 years old, who is 5'4", is never going to have the same weight range, right? We base weight range based on many different factors: history, where your body has been at, how your body is responding, how the food noise is responding. There's a lot of things that go into establishing your weight range, and your body, even your providers, they can guess, they can definitely have an educated guess to set that range for you and help you with that range. But ultimately, your body is going to decide. Your weight set point is going to decide. So what is this range determined by? When I say everyone has a unique weight set point range, this is determined by many different things: your hormones, your metabolism, your genetics, and more. I know it can feel like our body is broken and our body is out of control, especially when it's trying to stay or get to a weight set point range that you do not like. However, it's not broken. It's not out of control. It's actually extremely smart, and it's trying to do the healthiest thing for you, which is keep you at and get you to a place where your body feels best, where it's able to feel good physically, mentally, emotionally, and so you are able to thrive in your body. When you're out of that weight range, you're just not going to feel great, and it's not going to be sustainable. So let's talk about the science, the biology behind weight regulation in the first place. When someone's in eating disorder recovery and you are starting to eat appropriately and eat enough, your body, you feel like your body has just gone rogue. Hunger is going to be louder. Most necessarily, probably your body is going to be gaining weight. Your cravings are going to feel intense. And oftentimes this gets interpreted as feeling out of control, or interpreted as I am out of control. But in reality, your body is doing exactly what it should be doing. Let's talk about the brain's role. Let's talk about specifically your hypothalamus. This small but powerful part of your brain is going to regulate a lot for you, and its job is to keep you alive. It's going to regulate your hunger and fullness, body temperature, metabolism, stress response, reproductive function, just to name a few. And it's like your body's internal thermostat, to give you a little bit of a metaphor. And it's constantly scanning for signs of safety or threat. And survival is going to come first. The hypothalamus does not care about beauty standards or the thin ideal or diet culture. It cares about if there's enough energy for you to function. It cares about getting your organs and everything that your body needs enough calories. It cares about whether famine is happening. It cares about whether reproduction and repair are possible for you. So when the brain is restricted and perceiving restriction, or having weight suppression or experiencing inconsistent nourishment, it's going to flip into survival mode. And what survival mode looks like is what you're experiencing that feels like you're losing control. But what the survival mode looks like is when the body believes or knows that you're underweight or you're not receiving enough calories or you're not receiving enough food and that these things are scarce. It's going to increase your hunger signals. It's going to decrease your fullness signals. It's going to slow down your metabolism to conserve energy. It's going to increase your focus on food, and it's going to encourage fat storage so that you have energy to go to. So because you haven't been providing it that, and it needs to survive. So this is a protective thing that it's doing. Again, this is not a flaw. This is evolution, and it's a brilliant evolution. So let's talk about some recovery reframes just what we learned so far today. When you say, my hunger is out of control, let's reframe it to, no, my hunger is protective. When you say, I can't trust my body anymore, say, my body is trying to rebuild trust with me. When you say, I shouldn't be this hungry, say, hunger is proportional to my past deprivation, not current intake. I love that one. So huge recovery truth to take away, one of many from this video, is hunger is not a loss of control. It is a biological response to having control taken away for too long from your body. Every time you respond to hunger with nourishment, you're doing big things for yourself. Your brain is learning that food is reliable and going to be consistent. Your hormones are going to recalibrate. Your survival alarms and the food noise is going to quiet. And trust, which is a time-building process, is going to be restored. This is how your weight is going to stabilize and get to the place where it's supposed to be and not be constantly up, down, all around. It's going to stabilize in the range that you're supposed to be at. This is how your food thoughts are going to calm down. And this is how recovery becomes sustainable. So we just got on an important kind of tangent topic of body weight regulation and how and what happens with hunger and how to respond to that, which is important, but almost like a different concept, expanded concept. But let's get back to the weight set point theory. What influences your weight set point? I know you want to know. I know that's you and probably that part of you that has that disordered eating voice going on, and the body image shame is probably very curious about what determines this for you. So let's dive into that. So genetics and your individual weight diversity is unique and your own. So your body already has a blueprint for you. It's funny, I was just talking to people about weight, and it was a group of people who didn't have disordered eating or body image struggled, and we're talking about your body and how so many people manipulate and diet and try and control their body weight, and we all were able to share in the experience of, my weight just stays in a range. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter if I'm changing up my diet from day to day. It always looks different. My exercise looks different, but my weight pretty much always stays in this range. That is the blueprint for each individual. They are in their weight set point because they have a healthy relationship with food and body. So their body doesn't want to get out of that weight range. So let's talk about the blueprint. Where does blueprint come from? What makes the blueprint? So your body size is hugely impacted by genetics. If you have not watched my video on if we all ate the same and and exercised the same, that we would all look different, go watch that. But it's hugely influenced by genetics, just like height and shoe size, bone structure. So is weight. That means that bodies are supposed to vary. Some naturally are going to be smaller, some naturally are going to be larger, some are naturally going to be in between. There's no single healthy weight. So going back to the individual who asked me a question on Instagram, there's no way that we can say that every 18-year-old female who is 5'4" is supposed to weigh X. That's ludicrous. Most bodies have that preferred weight range where it's going to function best, and you don't get to decide that. And the disordered eating doesn't get to decide that. In that range, that is where your fullness and your hunger are going to regulate, and where you can trust it. The cues are going to feel most reliable there. Your food noise is going to be quiet there, or at least a lot quieter, because there's other things that go into food noise. and your body just doesn't have to fight to maintain stability there. So why does this matter in your eating disorder recovery? Chasing a weight below your natural weight set point is going to require ongoing restriction or compensation to maintain it. So you're going to have to maintain your behaviors in order to stay out of that weight set point. Maintaining that disordered eating or chronic dieting weight usually means living in this like biological tug of war. More hunger, more food preoccupation, more distrust, lower energy, higher stress. These recovery weight changes are not failures. It's so good. I celebrate so hard when my clients get to this place because I know they're getting to a place where the food noise is going to quiet. They're going to get clearer. They're going to feel more grounded. They're going to feel more free. They're going to be able to do all the other work that comes along with recovery. And they're going to start to feel better, and they're going to return to safety and start to rebuild trust. Another really helpful video would be to go watch the Minnesota Starvation Study YouTube video that I put up. That's going to be really helpful to understand what happens in restriction and what your body does and how your mental health is impacted and your physical health as well. Next, I want to talk about set point versus a settling point. This is a common misconception or confusion. So set point is a genetically predetermined weight range that your body wants you at. It's biologically defended. The settling point is where your body sits under your current behaviors, your current restriction, your current dieting, your current what you're doing. And why does this matter? Why am I bringing this up? Because chronic restriction, overexercise, food rules are going to force your weight below your set point. Recovery allows weight to settle back into its preferred weight range, into its defended range. And consistency, not perfection, but consistency and adequacy, and to continue to do that, is going to allow that stabilization over time. So why do we need to gain weight in your recovery? Why so often, not all the time, but why so often do we experience weight gain in recovery from chronic restriction? Most people have weight gain. Most people have weight redistribution. Many people have overshooting of weight for protection, and many plateau on their weight loss. So what's actually happening here? You have restoration of fat, necessary fat on your body that are needed for so many things. You have repair happening. You have done damage to your bones, your organs, and your muscles so much. And so you're actually repairing all of those things because now you have appropriate weight on your body and getting appropriate nutrition. And so it's going to be soaking those things up and repairing. You're going to have normalization of your metabolism happening, and you're going to be reducing stress hormones and regulating hormones in general. Your body is not harming you. It's doing exceptionally well for you. Why does fighting your weight set point keep you stuck? Super important, and I'm sure you all are curious about what happens if we don't listen to this. The first obvious thing is we have to stay in our behaviors. There's no way to recover without allowing your body to get to its natural weight set point and allowing weight gain. So why does fighting it keep you stuck? It's going to maintain all of that food noise, all of the body shame, all of that constant tug of war in your brain. It's going to maintain all the eating disorder thoughts and all the eating disorder behaviors. The weight suppression is going to, again, continue to wreak havoc on your bones, your hormones, all of that in your body. It's going to increase your hunger hormones. It's going to make you feel out of control with food. It's going to make you binge. And it's going to keep your nervous system in chronic threat mode because it is in a threat. It's not getting enough food. It doesn't have enough weight on its body. It is not in its prime. It is threatened. And the truth of recovery is that full psychological recovery is going to require biological safety. Biological safety means allowing yourself to be at your weight set point. Okay, left you there for a second. I ran out of battery. But what I was speaking to is that you really cannot outthink an undernourished brain. Now let's talk about those fears that are popping up for you, because I know there are many, and we're going to talk about some of the common ones. Number one, hear it every time. What if my body keeps gaining weight? What if it keeps gaining forever? What if I'm just this crazy hungry all the time forever. And I get that fear. It really does feel like it's out of control, especially after years of trying to control it. But your body doesn't want that. I have never seen that. I've worked with hundreds of clients and I have never seen it. The body always stabilizes. Hunger always stabilizes. And it takes a different amount of time for every individual, depending on how much repair and growth they need to do. But it always stabilizes because your body, just like it doesn't want to be losing, it doesn't want to be gaining forever either. It wants to be maintained. It wants to be chilling out. It's not something that your body wants to do forever. It does want to stabilize. The second thing I get all the time is what about my health? Is this unhealthy? And I really want to challenge that, because what are we healthy where we are now in an undernourished body, in an underweight body? That impacts your health so much physically, mentally. And we'll get into that in another video, and I probably have in other podcasts and videos, I'm sure. But why are we so fearful of weight gain and not afraid of being undernourished? Because that is really not good for us. Weight cycling and restriction is far more harmful and unhealthy than weight stability and stabilizing. And number 3, what if I never feel okay and at peace in my body with this weight gain? There's a few things to say about this, but one thing is that body image healing oftentimes goes along and follows biological repair, getting to the weight set point you need to be at. They work together. And body image healing is absolutely possible. You can absolutely feel comfortable and confident in a body that your disordered eating said, never, we can never get there. You can feel more confident and free in that body than you ever could feel in this here and now disordered body. And lastly, I want to leave you with what helps our body. I'm sure you've gathered this, but a good reminder is what helps our body stabilize into weight set point. What can you do today? Eating enough, eating consistently. If I haven't said that enough in today's video, reducing those compensatory behaviors, gentle movement, support from a recovery team, support. And lastly, but so importantly, time, patience, consistency. This does not happen overnight. This takes time. All good things take time, and it is so worth it. And you don't have to wait to get all of the great results of this until the end. It's going to start. You're going to start to see pros of this throughout the whole process, despite the hard. And do not wait for it to be easy, because it's not going to get easy. Don't wait for those fears to go away, because you are going to have those fears as you start and continue the journey. That is not a reason to not start or delay. So some final messages I want to leave you with. Your body is not the enemy. It's a wildly smart thing. It is a good friend, and you can become good friends with it. Number 2 that I want you to take away is that trust is built through renourishment, not control, not restriction, not rules, and not shaming it. And number 3, the last thing I want to leave you with is that healing means letting your body lead again, and going about this together in a compassionate, respectful way.